Okay, so this is a video to show people how to make Hungarian pogacsa. Basically, pogacsa is quite easy to make, but it's difficult to explain, so I think a video would be very, very helpful. So I'm going to start out with the ingredients that you need. Okay, first and foremost, you need flour, and I'll talk about quantities in a minute. You need flour. I use Nutri, what's it called? Nutri Flour Blend, but you can use plain white flour just as well. It makes no difference. Okay, you need buttermilk. And this is where things get a little bit confusing, because if you don't have buttermilk, you can mix equal parts something like yogurt and milk and make it the consistency of buttermilk. I use becel. I think you can use other things like celeb, but I wouldn't recommend a hard margarine. I certainly wouldn't recommend butter or shortening. So becel I find a really good alternative, and it makes it a bit healthier. 2 eggs go into the dough, and then 1 I'll talk about later you save for painting the top. Absolutely you need yeast. Okay, you can buy quick active yeast or regular, and this is Fleischmann's active dry yeast, and I use this. You will need salt and you will need sugar, tiny bits of salt and sugar. Whoops. And I use extra old cheddar cheese, which I shred, again I'll show that, and I mix it with grated Parmesan. The very, very first thing I do, because it's quite time consuming, not because it is time consuming in and of itself, but because it's proofing time, about 2 or 3 hours of proofing time. But the first thing I do when I get up usually is I take the ingredients out of the fridge so they're not stone cold. I also turn the oven on to 200 for a few minutes just to get it warmed up. I turn that off and open the door, but I use that as a proofing cabinet. Okay, so the first thing we do, oops, I forgot scissors. Well, let's see if we can do it this way. You gonna stop? Okay.